In Lightyear Frontier, you don't have to worry about rearranging your base multiple times since you get 100% of the materials back if you choose to recycle any structure or item. Just choose the recycle option from the build menu, then click on the item to do this. You can also plan your rough layout first by not putting the materials yet and just seeing how all the structures look together. This makes decorating easier and more relaxing. Hi, this is Myrabels. Lightyear Frontier is a beautiful and relaxing game, and here are some things I wish I knew that would have made my playthrough more efficient. One of the first quests in this game is to build a tent. I highly recommend doing this as fast as you can because it will help you out on your playthrough. If you sleep in a tent, you can get the Keen Eye buff if you have some decorations nearby. It should be within the dotted square grid for it to count. Just place any item until you get the Keen Eye buff unlocked. This buff will sometimes double the amount of items you can get from resources around the wild. Bigger houses will give more buffs if you put more decorations, but the Keen Eye is what's important early game. Don't worry about decorating too much early game since, as I mentioned, you can always redecorate and use the recycle option to destroy the items and get all the materials used back. Do note that these planter boxes can't be recycled if there's a plant still growing. I would suggest building your first tent near a water supply for your crops. There would eventually be an alternative movable, renewable source of water, but it's still convenient to put your crops near water first. You should also immediately make a storage box to keep your items since your inventory will get full quite easily. Items left on the ground will despawn the next day, so be careful. Another way to get resources faster is to feed the animals around the area. Each area has 3 nests. You can either feed 3 animals from one nest, or you can directly feed 3 fodder into the nest itself. The more nests you feed, the more resources will respawn in that area the next day, like ores, seeds, and flowers. Take note that the creatures in each area has a different diet, and you can see this from the map. For example, the creatures in the meadows require basic fodder, while Pine Heights require nice fodder. The first tips are useful because in this game, you will need to gather a lot of resources for building your base and for upgrading your mech. At the start, you should not forget to gather fiber, aluminum rods, and polyberry seeds. Plant the seeds as soon as possible to harvest polyberry. Don't forget to turn your fibers and polyberry into oil immediately since this takes quite a bit of time. You should also put multiple copies of crafting machines that take time to process, like oil pressers and grinders. The processing machines can use the items directly from storage boxes, so it's a good idea to place it near those. You can see if there's storage in range by looking here in the crafting menu. Make sure to also put your machines inside a workshop shed or a barn for a chance to produce duplicates while crafting. Sleeping will immediately finish the processing of the items and machines. However, if you want to make the most out of your days, I would recommend just using the time to gather nearby resources like wood and stone while waiting for the machines to finish processing so you can process more after. It is nice to explore the planet during nighttime too anyway. The resources you gather can be used to upgrade your mech. The first upgrade I suggest is the Spike Saw Power. This will enable you to mine these red crystals at Pine Heights. These crystals only appear once you've gotten rid of the noxious slimes and fully restore that area though. The red crystal is used to build a merchant landing. The merchant will sell you seeds you already discovered, some furniture blueprints, and different mech parts. While exploring, you will encounter some ancient ruins. These areas have ancient artifacts scattered around that you can collect. You might need to exit your mech in order to get to certain areas, but once you collect everything, you will get a blueprint for strange furniture. Be careful not to wander too far from your base in the evening. There is no penalty for not sleeping in the game, but you will not get any buff. You can also place small campsites around the map to ensure that you will get at least the Keen Eye buff in case you are not able to make it back home. To make this easier, I usually craft a tent or hammock and the decorations needed near my storage area so that I can use the items there. Then recycle it and easily bring all the materials I need to other parts of the map. Lastly, once you unlock more areas, sometimes it's hard to keep track of where you can get certain resources. Just bring up your map and you will be able to see here a list of what can be found in each area. It will also serve as an indicator if there are still resources that you haven't discovered in that area. Let me know in the comments if you have other tips. Check out this next video if you want to see what you can do in this game in 50 days.